What is going on, everybody? Sports Expert here, and we're here with our Week 16 NFL picks. And before we start the video, please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, turn on the post notification bell, like the video, comment what you think. Would really appreciate that, guys. Liking and commenting helps us in the algorithm. So yeah, we'll get started with our Week 16 NFL picks. And another poor week, 8-8. We just haven't found much success over the past 4 weeks, and it just has been kind of rough. So we'll go with our Thursday Night Football pick as we have the New Orleans Saints and Los Angeles Rams. Saints are still fighting for the NFC South title, and the Rams are still fighting for a playoff spot. Both teams are in wildcard contention too, so this will be a big game for playoff implications. I believe both teams are around 7-7, so going to be a huge game. It is in LA. And I'm going to go with the Rams here. I think they'll have more of a passing attack than the Saints will. I think that'll be the difference in this game. And I believe the coaching as well. Sean McVay will be able to outcoach Dennis Allen in ways. And I'm just not too confident in the Saints to pull it out here. Maybe they can find some sort of an upset, but they don't feel like the team that has enough motivation to do that. We have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is in Pittsburgh, and yeah, I don't know if I can trust the Steelers. I'm not sure if they're going to win another game. Mason Rudolph will be starting now over Mitch Trubisky due to the injury of Kenny Pickett, and it's just the Steelers just haven't been able to move the ball down the field consistently despite firing Matt Canada, and the Bengals have been getting hot. Jake Browning has looked like one of the best quarterbacks in football ever since he stepped in for Burrow, which is wild. So to give me the Bengals in this one, I know they're missing Jamar Chase, but I think they'll have enough to go out and defeat the Steelers. I just have no confidence in Pittsburgh at this point. The voodoo magic is gone for Lily Tomlin. We have the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers. The Bills are on the road for this one, and the Chargers, they signed Bull Greer to the practice squad from the practice squad of the Patriots. I don't know if that means they're going to start him or not, but yeah, they have another option there. And the Bills, they should win this game. The Bills are playing great football now, and I just don't know if the Chargers, I just don't know if they have enough motivation at this point. They are going to have an interim head coach, and interim head coach teams love to win, but I don't know about this game. It's going to be basically a road game watch. There's going to be a ton of Bills fans there, and they're going to rally hard. Give me the Bills in this one pretty easily. We have the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. This will be an interesting matchup. You have a 9-5 Cleveland Browns team going to Houston, and you have Joe Flacco, who's playing all right, and then you have the Texans, who is C.J. Stroud, who's playing great in his rookie year, but still not too sure if he's going to play in this game. He's still suffering from concussion symptoms, so that's not ideal at this point of the week. So looking at it, if the Browns face Case Keenum, they could definitely get a lot of pressure on him, and but if there is one disadvantage for the Browns, this game is in a dome, and the Texans, the Browns, they love to win games in like mediocre to bad weather experiences. The Texans like to win games in solid atmospheres like the dome, and I just don't know how the Browns are going to react to that. Although I think I am going to pick the Browns. I don't know the health of CJ Stroud, and it's gotten kind of murky now that he's still not 100% with his concussion symptoms. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm going to have the Browns for the time being. And I'm probably going to stick with the Browns. We have the Commanders at the Jets. The Commanders are 4-10. The Jets are 5-9. Pretty poor matchup here. I'm going to take the Commanders to win this game on the road. I'm going to take an upset. They're going to get one final win or whatever, maybe to end the season here on the road. And the Jets, they stink. They stink at football. They scored 0 points, and the quarterback situation is still a mess. I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers is going to play. Even if he does somehow play, I don't even think he should. I mean, come on. They're eliminated from the playoffs, and there's just no incentive in doing so. Give me the Commanders. I think Sam Howell will do enough, and if he doesn't turn over the ball, they'll win this game. We have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Tennessee Titans. So the Seahawks going on the road versus the Titans. Seahawks coming off a big win versus the Eagles. I don't know how high they'll be riding, so that'll be interesting. But the Titans, solid home team. They did lose their last game at home. And overall, the Titans just aren't a great team. We don't know the health status of Will Levis. Ryan Tannehill doesn't seem like a huge drop-off, but I don't know. I think if the Seahawks can get at least one of Jamal Adams or Devin Witherspoon back, they're in a good position. Maybe they can get both back. I'm going to take the Seahawks on the road in this one. I just think they'll have too much. And the Titans, I just don't think they have enough. I think they're kind of broken down at this point, and it's kind of just tough to see. We have the Indianapolis Colts at the Atlanta Falcons. Colts are 8-6, having a nice season, and you have the Falcons. Their quarterback situation is in flux. They're starting Taylor Heineke again this week. Yeah, I have no trust in the Falcons. I think that late season collapse is indeed happening, and Arthur Smith will be fired immediately at the end of the season. So give me the Colts in this one. I think they'll do enough with Gardner Minshew out there. And if Pittman can come back healthy, that would be huge. We'll see, though. But the Colts defense, I give them more trust than the Falcons. Although I don't mind either defense. It's just, I just don't know what to say about the Falcons. Their quarterback play is just horrific. Nothing you can do about it. It's insane they have 6 wins. You'd think they'd beat the Panthers, but their defense is saving them. We have the Carolina Panthers in this game versus the Green Bay Packers. Packers are struggling right now, and I feel like this could be a game where the Panthers win again, and the Packers just kind of go in with a mentality that it's like, we're done. Our season's over. We stink at football. So, yeah, because Joe Barry is still coaching our team. So, yeah. But give me the Packers on the road in this one. I refuse to pick the Panthers in any game willingly. I think I picked them once this year, and they lost versus the Vikings. So, give me the Packers in this one. I think the Packers just, I don't even know if it will be a bounce-back game. I could see them playing so terrible but still winning. Yeah. We have the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. This game is interesting. I mean, the Lions, it is in a dome, so that'll help the Lions. They love playing in a dome, but it is on the road. The Vikings, that crowd is going to go nuts. And, yeah, Nick Mullins will be starting again in this game. And the Lions, their ability to win road games is kind of murky at times. So, you know what? I'm going to take the Vikings in an upset here. I think they're going to solidify a possible playoff spot, get a nice win over the Lions. I think this is going to be one of those games where Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson absolutely crap the bed. They've had games where they've absolutely crapped the bed, and I think this is going to be one of them. And I think Kevin O'Connell's going to have some ideas for that team. So the Vikings, I think that defense looks really good too. Brian Flores doing his thing as the defensive coordinator. He might get head coaching opportunities once again this offseason. We'll see. But give me the Vikings in this one in an upset. I'm confident in that defense. I think the offense can do enough. If you have Justin Jefferson playing healthy, you have a Ty Chandler who's playing really well, I think there's still upside. And you have T.J. Hawkinson. Give me the Vikings. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Jaguars, they're just not playing great right now. And the Bucs, they're playing better football too. They're 7-7 now. Big performance against the Packers for Baker, Denise Mayfield. So, yeah. But give me the Bucs in this one. I'm going to take another, I guess you could call this an upset too. But I don't know. The Jaguars just aren't playing very well. Trevor Lawrence is playing horrible football. He's honestly played horrible football all year, if we're being honest. I think Joe Flacco has played better than him. So, yeah, that says a lot. And Will Levis, too. There's a lot of guys that played better than Trevor Lawrence this year. Trevor Lawrence is just mid at this point, but we'll see. Give me the Bucs, though. I'm going to have to take Baker Mayfield. I don't know if Mayfield can show the consistency, but we'll see. I mean, this could be a very low-scoring game, though, I feel like. But I usually Bucs games, you take the over. There's a lot of scoring in Bucs games, but this feels different to me. I don't know why. But I'm going to take Tampa to win. We have the Arizona Cardinals at the Chicago Bears, and yeah, this is games in Chicago. I'm going to take the Bears to win this game, and the number one reason why is defense. Defense. Matt Eberflus's defense has been absolutely spectacular ever since taking over play calling duties, and the Cardinals, I don't know if they're going to have many answers. I just don't know if they have the offensive system and coaching to be able to find answers for that Bears defense. Drew Petzing is not a terrible coach, but it's not very trustworthy at this point. I think the Bears are, despite losing to the Browns, they're kind of flying high still, and I think they're going to come out with a solid mentality here and win this game. We have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Miami Dolphins. This game's on the road for the Cowboys, and these two teams, there's a concern for each team. The Cowboys have had their concerns winning road games, and the Dolphins have had their concerns winning games against solid teams. But I'm going to take Miami in this one. If Miami can get a couple guys back, I think that would be huge. And this Cowboys team, I just don't know about the mentality. This is the thing about Dak Prescott. He has a limited ceiling. The Cowboys can't win a Super Bowl with him as their quarterback. They have a limited ceiling with him because there's a 0% chance this guy can actually win with his mental strength. Zero chance. It's just nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. Because if a guy's so backed up, there's just no chance. I'm going to take the Dolphins because of that. And if Tyreek Hill's back healthy, that's a huge boost. And If he's not, maybe I switch to Dallas. But if he is, they should be able to find a way to win this game. And maybe Tua can, stop some allegations of not being able to be good teams. So, yeah. We have the New England Patriots at the Denver Broncos. The Patriots are a mess on offense. They'll continue to be a mess on offense. The Broncos, they need to win these games to go into a playoff spot. Could this be one of those trap games? Possibly, but I'm going to take the Broncos in this one. They'll bounce back after the loss to the Detroit Lions. I mean, the coaching will be too much. I just don't know about Bill Belichick at this point. Give me the Broncos, and, yeah, the defense will do enough. Maybe Patrick Surtain will have a couple interceptions. We have the Raiders at the Chiefs. Another straightforward pick. The Chiefs, I know they're not playing great this season, 9-5. Had some close games. But I think they'll be able to beat the Raiders at home. I don't see any issue here. It's just the Raiders. They're playing fine with Antonio Pierce, but it's gotten to the point where I don't know if they're going to be able to take a game against the Chiefs, who's going to be fighting for a win. I know that receiving core has been holding them back, but I don't know. It just feels like one of those games where Andy Reid just goes out there and just cooks up a master plan. So give me the Chiefs. We have the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are playing terrible football right now. The Giants, they got destroyed by the Saints 24-6. The Giants are going to keep it up. Sorry, Tommy Cutlitz. If Tommy Cutlitz was able to end the season for the Eagles, maybe not end the season, but, possibly destroy their division hopes, that'd be something, but I don't see it happening. Give me the Eagles in this one at home. I think they'll be able to bounce back, even though I don't think it'll be pretty. Yeah, the Eagles just aren't playing. Jalen Hurts isn't playing great, and Nick Sirianni and Brian Johnson have to be better at their jobs too. So, yeah. And then we have the good game. We'll talk about this one for a couple minutes. We have the Ravens and the 49ers. Both teams are 11-3, and there's a lot of – this is a Christmas night game. There's a lot of fun in this game, and, we'll see what happens here. But, I mean, it's a very fun matchup. You got Lamar Jackson versus Brock Purdy. This could be a huge matchup for the MVP race, and, yeah. So, the 49ers, they have arguably multiple candidates. You have Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. The Ravens have Lamar, of course. The Ravens, they did suffer a huge loss on Sunday night. They lost Keaton Mitchell for the season due to a torn ACL. That's not ideal news at all. And if you're a Ravens fan, it's just not ideal. You still have guys like Gus Edwards and Justice Hill who can step in, and you sign Melvin Gordon, but Melvin Gordon's washed. So that's kind of your third option at this point. And I could see them getting Melvin Gordon some playing time due to his experience and his pedigree, but I'm going to take the 49ers in this game at home. I think being at home is huge for them. That crowd's going to go nuts. You have Brock Purdy. He loves playing at home. Doesn't really make... Usually, Brock Purdy, when he's on, he's on. He's always on at home. I just feel like that's going to continue to be the case here. And the 49ers, they're just playing really tough football right now. They're being well coached, and there's just not a lot to say about the Ravens right now. So other than they're a great team, I mean, they're going to put up a fight. This is going to be a toss-up game, but I think the 49ers will have the edge. I think what Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey are doing is quite something, and that defense will be able to step up. I think Steve Wilkes is going to have a solid game plan for Lamar. He knows Lamar, and yeah, I think that's going to be a huge difference. So I appreciate everyone being here. Sports Expert here. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Turn on the post notification bell. Like the video. Comment what you think. I'm out, guys. Sports Expert here. Peace.